Hi, my name is Vanessa and welcome to my presentation. Today I'm going to show you one of my artworks and walk you through how I do it. I hope you enjoy.
So these are the materials that I'm going to use today. I'm using a pencil to draw, pen to outline, and I am going to use Winsor & Newton gold ink. So to start off, I drew out a basic sketch and I used guidelines to help me draw hands, and basically it uses structure and circles to outline the hand, and as you can see, you can manipulate it any way that you want. And so I go and erase my sketch so that I can start outlining it. And here I'm adding a bunch of few details and adding a background. And I'm using these colors to draw out my first hand, and basically I shade in the darker spots first so that I can blend it out with lighter colors. And I didn't really like this hand much, so I try to go in with more layers and contrasting colors like blue to kind of add shadow and depth to my piece. And I'm using blue and white to kind of smooth it out so that it doesn't look as rough. And I also use pink to blend in the hand so that there's a little bit of undertone, which makes it look more alive. And moving on, I'm doing the same thing but with a contrasting color so that when I blend it in, there's a bit of undertone. And here I'm using the edge of my pencil to create a more smoother coloring so that when I blend it in with the tip of my pencil, it looks more blended. So after that, I will go in with a darker blue and purple to blend that all in. And here I took the light blue to kind of color in the rest of the hand so that it has a little base layer. And then I will add more and more layers with darker colors like indigo blue and Copenhagen blue or permanent blue. And as you can see, there's a lot of contrasting colors, which adds a lot more depth and definition. And here I will use purple also to highlight or add more shadow. And I also use black because it is a really contrasting color and it will add a lot more shadow than just blue. And here I'm just going to be doing the same thing with the red hand. And what really inspired me to draw this piece was that because I really wanted something with a lot of meaning, and the hands represent all the emotions that are in a human being and how it sort of controls you. And sometimes you feel it all at once, sometimes not. And here it sort of controls, like one hand controls the other, and that makes you who you are, and sometimes it kind of can control you in certain situations. I call this piece Contemporary Feelings because it is how you feel in the now. And the red strings means that all of these feelings are interconnected, and all of the hands are different colors because they represent different emotions. So purple represents envy, blue represents sadness, gray represents stress, red represents anger. And here I'm just shading in the person, the lips, the nose, and I use a technique called smudging, and you can basically take your fingers or a tissue to blend in the graphite, and you can add shadows and make it look a lot smoother than just coloring it in. And here I'm just erasing the background so that I can have a clean surface to put on my gold ink. And basically I'm doing gold tears, and it represents a little bit more of guilt, like something is holding on to you. And I think it has a really deep meaning, and it's a really nice way to add more color into this piece.